Alright, welcome to HRL History Episode 3 here, and this one's going to do a little bit of explanation, which sucks because this is a long video, but we got to do a little bit of explanation before we dive into this one. So, as you can see, probably a little confused that it says CRL and not HRL. So basically what happened is CRL started as a series ran by Gator, who is... He was a racer back in the day and started up his own thing called the CRL, so he did this for a while. And then eventually got to the point where the CRL kind of like merged into what became future HRL series. One of them is a series that is a bit different, and a lot of people probably don't even know about, so that I'll save that for another video, maybe after this one, if I don't do an MCC one, because it's like a completely different series. And the other one was a Supercross series, and of course this race is a Supercross race. For the first CRL season, I don't recall exactly. I think it worked pretty similarly to the HRL as well. The way he did it for this first season, I'm pretty sure it was, like Supercross, GP, ovals all mixed together. I think it was mostly Supercross though, so it's a little bit different. Like I think it was mostly Supercross, and then GP, and then ovals or something like that. I don't exactly remember at this point, but I'm pretty confident that it was like a mixed schedule. Actually, it might have been separate things. It might have done a CRL SX, like this is the SX, and it might have been a GP as well. I'd have to go back and look into it. I'm not sure at this point. But point is, it was majority Supercross racing, and that's what this race is here. And this is just a really good race. And there's also some cool things about like the track in this race and how it applies today and like in Halo 5 and stuff like that, so we'll get into it. I'm just gonna let myself intro it for the beginning because there's gonna be a lot of racers I'm probably not familiar with, so, and I'm not gonna remember everyone. I gotta see everybody's armor so I can know what's going on and stuff like that. So
hello guys, and welcome to the 13th CRL Supercross race. We'll probably have some GP races tomorrow.
I'm leaving the Killionaire on the side of the screen, by the way.
We'll have a lot more Supercross too, since we just raced a lot more. But anyways, this particular race will be on Minneapolis. Minneapolis is based off of the real-life Minneapolis Supercross track, and it is a very good track. It's very competitive. There's a lot of good battles this race. In my opinion, this is...
So a little comment on that, because I say it was based off the real-life Minneapolis Supercross. I'd have to double check. I think it's based off of Minneapolis. Maybe I'll check that on the side here. I think it's Minneapolis 2013. I think, but I'd have to double check. And from what I can recall, like at least recently, like for the past few years or so that I've been watching Supercross, they race like Minneapolis is pretty much in there every year. It's raced a lot. So there's so many different iterations of the track. I think this is the 2013 one though, and I'll double check that on the side.
This is the best race we've had all season. I'm just gonna say that straight up right away. But first I'll go through the starting lineup, and it gets a little tough because there's a lot of people that are yellow. But anyways, Trickster is first, or he's not first, in the lineup. This is Trickster right here. He's going to be on the far outside, then Revenge right here. And
hold on, sorry, I was looking at the track. I should pay attention to these drivers, so let's go through them one by one. I found the Minneapolis 2013 Supercross. I'm not sure yet if it's the right one, but let's go through these drivers.
Trickster is first.
So Trickster, I can't really tell you much about Trickster, to be honest. I don't know how many of these races that he's in, but I don't really recall him too well, so I'm sorry, but there's not really much for me to say there. I don't really remember him too well. Maybe he's not in a lot of these.
In the lineup, this is Trickster right here.
I think he's one of Gator's friends. That's about all I can tell you.
He's going to be on the far outside, then Revenge.
Revenge. So Revenge. I don't think we've seen Revenge actually in... Wait. No, that's not true. Revenge was in the second episode of Magna Tempest. Sweet. I'm really glad about that. So Revenge is a driver that you'll see throughout, some of these random Halo 4 and some Halo 5 races. Mostly Halo 4, you'll see a lot of Revenge. He's really good friends with Turkey. You're going to see Turkey a lot in most of these Halo 4 races, and Turkey was very instrumental in Halo 4 HRL and keeping that going. So Revenge was a good friend of his. He's still in the Discord, still in the community, but doesn't really race anymore.
Right here, NJD's running blue.
NJD, classic driver. I'm sure a lot of Halo 4 people especially recognize that name. NJD was always like, him and Rebel pretty much were like my inspirations from going into Halo racing. Like, I saw a lot of videos of NJD and Rebel just being good. So they were always like there was other good racers for sure, but they were always like the two inspirations of mine, like Rebel for Supercross and NJD for GP, and TJ for ovals. But I'll get into that for a later HRL history episode. But yeah, so they really inspired me a lot for those two types of racing, and NJD is just a fantastic racer, even on Supercross, which isn't his strong suit. His strong suit is definitely GP. He was amazing at GP, absolutely tremendous GP rider. I would say like top 3 for sure. But I think you'll see in this video he's pretty strong at SX as well, and I think he does some go-karting stuff in real life. Is it go-karting? He might even be... I think it was go-karting. He does some go-karting stuff in real life, and I haven't talked to him in a while, unfortunately, but I do see him hop on Xbox every once in a while now and then, so he's still around doing his stuff, maybe still go-karting, I'm not sure, but it's been a while since I talked to him.
For some reason, usually he runs yellow. We have RCR right
and
there.
As I commented, he usually runs yellow, so that's a little weird. RCR... I think another one of Gator's friends, and you may see him if we ever do Juns Racing League. I think it's the same RCR. Maybe there are 2 different RCRs. But I think you see RCR in a lot of these CRL races. So I think another Gator friend that shows up in a lot of these.
I believe this is Dom, right?
I'm not sure if I remember him too well. Dom, I'm not exactly sure. Wait, I think... Okay, so you're going to see a guy, Strategic Apathy. In some FLR. I should probably do FLR at some point. If I do some FLR races for Halo 5, you'll see Strategic Apathy. Some Season 1 races of HRL and Halo 5, you'll see him as well. I think that's who this is. I think he changed his gamer tag at some point. I think that's who this is. So, there you go.
There.
That's myself, I think.
Loop right there.
Yep.
Gator, yep, that's definitely Gator right there.
So Gator, I already explained him earlier, ran the CRL, racer in Halo 4, Supercross fan, Dungy fan, I think. There you
go. We have Papa, and then on the...
Slanch, obviously. Already introduced him in the Halo 5. I don't think I need to do much of a Slanch introduction at this point. But there he is racing in Halo 4 with the yellow colors.
Far inside, we have somebody, SG.
And Detail. This is interesting. So Detail was actually in these races. I remember him doing some of these CRL races, so he's probably going to laugh when he watches this at how well he does. I don't remember how well he does, but he's probably just going to laugh at being in this event. So obviously Detail, you know, big racer in Halo 5 has really come into his own the last few seasons. Few Grand Finals championships, few regular season championships, and has really been strong in the last few seasons or so. And here he is in Halo 4 racing in this series, which I completely forgot about. So that's kind of cool that he rounds out the field.
Detail, that's who it is. I didn't know who he was, but anyways, this race is going to get started up in just a little bit.
Didn't know who he was, that's funny.
Him up so you can hear the engines roar.
Sticky Detonator. Alright, so I should probably go over this. So, cool little Halo 4 thing. You're going to see this in a lot of the Halo 4 races. Halo 4 had this really cool... maybe I could pull up a video of it. Let me see if I could get this up on the side. Halo 4 had this really cool weapon, the Sticky Detonator. And the Sticky Detonator was, you basically like shot a grenade or something, it would stick onto surfaces, and you could detonate it on command. So the Sticky Det was dope. It was really, really, really good for starting races. So you're going to see the Sticky Detonator utilized in a lot of these Halo 4 races.
Due to Miss Raya Armory holding most of the U.S.
Oh god, I just pulled up a video.
The Sticky Detonator was previously manufactured.
So here, you can see it in action a little bit. I'll show this for a few.
In the years following the Human
for a few seconds.
Its compact size and transportability.
Damn, this guy went ham. Is this Jared? Did Jared make this video? All the Halo lore? Jesus.
Grenade launcher. It fires single grenades that can latch onto any hard surface and then be detonated at the discretion of the operator. It fills a similar role to that of the M319, firing a single grenade for anti-personnel and anti-vehicle purposes. And while it lacks the EMP capabilities of its counterpart, this weapon more than makes up for it with high power and simple operation.
Damn, that's a good video. This guy was dropping the info. That was nice. Alright, shout out to Matt Cole Gaming with the video and the Sticky Det there with the Halo lore. I just randomly pulled up a video that happened to be it, but that actually seemed like a decent video. Alright, so there's the Sticky Det, little explanation on that, and let's get back into it.
Who gets the whole shot? Some people are holding off to practice the track, so keep an eye out for that. So some people will probably start a little bit late. And it's about to go off.
It's gonna be a long history episode, probably as long as the Daytona. Just
like
strap
NJD
in.
or Papa. Yeah, Papa got the whole
shot. Oh my god.
Rams into NJD. NJD keeps it semi-clean. Wow, there's already a wreck before we hit the jumps. Tons of wrecks going on. Looks like we had Trickster Gator right there. We have a little battle between Papa and JD again. They ram each other off again.
Let myself commentate for the first minute or so here, first
There
couple
they go
laps.
throughout the rollover. And they're going to come to this section right here. In the lead is SG Detail. Oh, we have 2 more
Details
flips.
in the lead.
Looks like Rockstar teammates, not sure
That's
who though.
hilarious.
And there goes SG Detail in first to lead the first lap, then NJD in second, and a huge battle for third.
This race is a great race, by the way.
There
I
goes
picked this one for a reason.
there. First
It gets
super
better.
again.
Alright, so I'm going to turn myself down for a little bit. I'll leave myself up a little bit there.
Cautions these first few laps, but eventually there's a long green flag run. And the green flag run is really what I want to show you guys, so I'll try to get that as soon as possible. Alright guys, so
Cautions in the CRL. Cautions in Supercross races. And we double wided them and sticky deaded them like an oval series. I don't know why that was a thing in this series, especially with Gator being a Supercross fan. I think it's odd that he decided... Well, he liked NASCAR as well, so maybe that's where it came from, but I still think it's odd that he, being such a Supercross fan, decided to include the cautions here for Supercross. I don't even remember how the cautions were decided, if it was like a crash thing or if it was lag out or whatever. I genuinely don't remember, but there you go.
that's about to go off. We're about to go green. There it goes. Green, green, green. Here they come into the first sweeper. NJD holds the lead. Detail lost it.
That's tough. Detail had a really good start.
A lot of people will flip on the exit of that jump. Yep, there's one.
I hope you guys enjoyed my voice evolution through these
NJD
episodes.
And another Rockstar teammate, looks like either... No, it might have been Trickster, actually, that ended up flipping. They go off the rollover, and immediately we have another caution. Now, you see, this is why I want to skip most of these cautions.
Alright, while the cautions are going on, I have some interesting stuff to add, because the cautions suck. So this track, if you don't recognize it yet, this track was actually raced a few times in Halo 5. I don't know if we raced it in Season 1 of Halo 5, I don't recall, but Season 3 and maybe, yeah, Season 4 and 3, I can guarantee we raced this track. And obviously there's some changes, like you'll see changes as we go through the track here, like some stuff definitely changed. And there was multiple versions of this track on Halo 4 as well, so stuff evolved on Halo 4. In fact, I think that that part of the inspiration for the version that we eventually brought to Halo 5 was mostly derived from one of the more updated versions of this track. This is one of the earlier versions of it on Halo 4. So maybe I'll pull up that video on the side here if I get a second, just to show you guys like a little glimpse of this track on Halo 5 when we raced it. You know, maybe that'll eventually be a Halo history episode for that race, because it was Season 3. I mean, we already did Magna Tempest, but I'll show it for just a second here. I'll just show like the first lap or something. Alright, so as you can see, like, you've gotten a couple laps here, so you got acclimated to this track. That is how the starts work in Supercross. Now check out the Halo 5 version here, Season 3 version. Season 4 is a little different. But you can, if you look at it, if you pay close attention, you can actually see a lot of similarities. A lot of similarities. Obviously, some changes, of course, as always, but a lot of stuff's pretty similar. This would be a cool track to do like a St. Louis treatment to, I think. Try to bring it back for a future season or something. But yeah, if you really pay attention, you can see it's actually a pretty faithful remake for the most part, aside from creatively charged changes. This split section is a little different because, like I said, I think the Minneapolis that we're racing in that video is an earlier version. I think the later version had that split. So I think that split is faithful to the later version and not the one that we have in the video. Oh my god. But there you go. Maybe that race, another race for another day, but I think it's cool to look at that.
Flip there, and another caution. Yeah.
I'm pissed.
This is annoying. This looks like a flying V with the way they're lining up. And here we go. Racing. Everybody is scrambling all over the place. Ooh, RCR goes down. Trickster or Papa. Maybe Gator. Yeah. Looks like Gator went down as well. Oh, somebody got rammed off. Looks like it was Trickster. There they go off the rollover. Here comes Papa. into the big jump. In seconds detail, then we have JD, Revenge.
All right, so a little interjection here. I was looking at the 2013 Minneapolis. I'm not quite sure yet if that is the correct Minneapolis. Still working on that, trying to figure that out. But this track, some other stuff I could talk about here with Halo 4. As you can see, like aesthetically, like you saw that Halo 5 version of this track, and I think, you know, no debate there. No debate there. The Halo 5 version definitely looks a lot better. You really get a feel of how much Forge from Halo 4 to Halo 5 improved aesthetically. Forge here in Halo 4 had a few more like color options and stuff like that, but for the most part it was still very, very, you know, gray and white and stuff like that. Like a lot of grays really. Similar to Reach, a lot of grays, a little bit more white action here in Halo 4, but you know, still like pretty one-tone color scale for this Halo 4 Forge. Whereas in Halo 5 you saw that Supercross, like that Minneapolis version in Halo 5 looked like a legit track. Like it looked like a legit you know, it looked Supercrossy. Like if you were just a Supercross fan and you know, you showed a Supercross fan this, they'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? But if you showed a Supercross fan the Halo 5 race, I think they would actually catch on very quickly. They're like, oh, this is like a Supercross track, you know? Whereas this, I think it would take a little bit. You know, obviously the racing is very similar, but just aesthetically, I think it's a lot quicker that you would catch up on it with the Halo 5 version. Just because of the advancements, like you're able to do so much more with the textures in Halo 5, and it just makes the tracks look a lot better. It's really nice.
Across the finish line between JD and Revenge. They are duking it out, and then here comes Luke to make it 3 wide. They're going around him. JD and Luke and Papa are teammates, and they are in the
I think this is where the race starts to get hot.
And there's the Lone Ranger of Revenge.
And this race gets hot.
Gators on their team as well, and he's in 5th, so Revenge has some stuff to deal with.
Yo, I think it is this track.
JD in 3rd, Revenge in 4th. Oh, Gator! Oh, he has a bad crash. Gator has a bad crash. Ends up stopping Revenge.
It is, bro. It is 100%. I'll show this here in a sec.
There's Papa. He's still in the lead.
That's awesome. Damn, Villaphoto's railing.
JD's in 3rd. Gator's trying to make a move on Revenge. Can't make it yet. I like this little camera angle here because you can see him going across the splits. Whoa, Luke going 2 wheels. This race is complete. It's a joke because I go 2 wheels pretty much every freaking race. So as soon as I go 2 wheels in a race, I'll say, alright, race is complete. Last lap. It's just a joke. Oh, Papa goes down. Dang it. It was such a good battle. A lot better now. Well, I know it'll get a lot better. We got NJD and Luke doing some push-ups and sit-ups down there. About to go green. Oh no, NJD, get on your use. There we go.
Alright, good opportunity here to do another little interjection. So, like I said, this track is based off of the 2013 Minneapolis, so let's take a look at a lap of that. So we took a look at the lap from the Halo 5 version. Here's what it's actually based off of. Alright, so in this video, first off, just going through everything here, first you're going to see the greatest Miss Supercross of all time, Diana Dahlgren. She's going to hit you with the 1 wink. Oh! She's not done! Double wink! Ah! And then we're going to get onto the whole shot here. And you'll realize very quickly, I mean, obviously, as always, there's some stuff that has to get Halo-fied, especially that Halo 4 version. Like, if we made a version based off this track right now in Halo 5, tried to make it very realistic, I bet we could probably pull it off. But, of course, that Halo 4 version was Halo 4 and trying to make, you know, Supercross work in Halo 4. So you'll see there's some different stuff where they had to Halo-fy it a little bit. But you can, especially after this first section, like right there's the triple, there's the double, into the whoops here, and you can really, like, the second half of the track is, for the most part, very, very accurate. That little double into this section. Pretty similar there. Even like the inside bumps here, very similar. Those berms are really low. Am I crazy? Split section there. This exit's a little bit different. It's really cool. I'd like to do that rollover if we ever update this track for Halo 5 again. But there you go. So there's the real life track. Let's get back into the Halo race.
Top 4 are all actually teammates on Rockstar Racing. So watch them. They're the top 4 right now. And green flag.
Because we still got ways to go. Like I said, this is going to be a long episode. Strap in. It's a good race, though. It's worth it. Trust.
CR flips. There's going to be some more flips. Trust me. Luke cases. Other than that, no flips. Other than Luke and RCR both casing, there really wasn't any mistakes there. NJD making a move on Papa, and this is where I'm going to go to onboard, because this is where the race gets really intense. See, Dom gets slowed up a little bit by there.
I think I'll just let myself commentate for a bit here, because like I said, it gets good.
NJD's going to make a move for the lead on Papa. Papa cases the big jump. Luke makes a block pass around Papa. Bob Saget, there we go.
Bob Saget.
Oh, JD!
Oh!
Luke. Oh, Papa stops Luke a little bit across the finish line. And JD's got the lead now. Gator and Dom are stuck. Oh, Dom, he's usually pretty good. He's having not so good of a race.
Roasting.
I wanted to watch Detail. Here's Detail. He's trying to gain on Papa, Luke, and JD, all 3 of them Rockstar teammates. For Rockstar Racing, which is another division.
Whoa! Did you see that line I just hit? That's so cheese.
Rockstar is Ross Miller Racing, RMR. It's just that they changed the name, so they changed.
That is so cheese. I'll highlight that again next lap if I do it again.
Anyways, it's gonna single out now, but trust me.
I think that was allowed. I think Gator said that was allowed, but it's so cheese.
Luke goes 2
Oh my god, I'm
goes
dying.
Off the track, has to run backwards.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Back on. And
that was a sus rejoin. Oh, it was a caution. Okay.
So that wasn't the last caution. This is the last caution.
Hey, last caution. Let's go, boys.
And we'll get the race restarted in just a little bit. And we're going green.
Hell yeah.
NJD starts off with the lead. Everybody seems to keep it clean through that section. Let's see if some people case here.
Probably not.
Oh, Papa cases it, and RCR also wrecks.
Man, we gotta remake this track for a season 12 option. I'm about to do it. This track's dope.
SG Detail right now is trying to hold off Gator. You see Papa in the
SG Detail. That's OG.
Really fast here, but he's fallen back in the pack a little bit. He needs to get back up there. Oh, he wrecked. He's in last. He's really got to get.
Damn, that outside sucked ass.
SG Detail is currently in 3rd, and he is going to work his way. He's going to try his best.
Oh, me and NJD are about to duke it out, I think.
All right, here we go. Luke and JD on board. They're having a good battle. JD randomly flips. Luke makes the pass.
I just realized I'm calling him JD.
Comes right back.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
Luke. Luke cases it. JD and Luke going side by side into the whoops.
I don't remember ever shortening his name like that.
Luke's gonna dive the rollover. Oh, he goes right in front of
that
JD.
Line was allowed. It shouldn't be, but that line was allowed. Like, you're basically cutting the track right there, but, you know, not the greatest rules, I suppose.
Luke goes, oh, cases the jump.
Damn, he went for it.
Now here comes Detail. Detail's gonna battle with JD. There's Papa in 4th.
I'm bothering myself by fucking saying JD and not NJD. It's pissing me off.
Detail.
Oh, rip.
Cases the last jump. Oh, he's gonna do a little bit of flipping. Let's watch. There we go. Here's NJD. He's gonna try his best to catch up to Luke. He knows he's fast, and he really wants to get up there. Frickin' phone. Papa's in 4th. He really wants to get up there.
He catches onto that line.
With his team.
And it's going to start to gain him time.
Oh! NJD. Luke was a little shaky, but NJD also flips. Oh, Luke cases the jump.
So after all those interjections, I might have some more stuff to say.
Alright, so here we go. Here comes JD.
But I'm mostly going to enjoy the rest of this race.
JD takes the lead back.
Because it gets really good. Like, I'm not overhyping it. This race is really good.
As NJD took the lead back from Luke. This is the intense battling I was talking about.
Like, most of the 2 races I've done so far were mostly about the history. This race is mostly about it being a damn good race.
Let's watch Luke. He's gonna dive it. I knew it. Oh, they're going side by side.
Well, yeah, of course you knew it.
Luke has to let off a little bit. NJD gets to run it clean and wide open through the outside. Luke goes over the hump, NJD goes to the right.
Oh, you can clear
NJD
that. Wow.
cases it a little bit, so does Luke. They're running different sides in the split section. NJD cases a little bit, Luke takes the
So
lead
you could tell the original version of this track was honestly kind of shitty. Like, that's the reason there's so much casing happening. It was kind of shitty, to be honest, but we still liked it because it was just a fun track. It was a really good concept.
He knows he can gain. He's going to go
And
for
it became so much better as we...
They seem to be
Oh, that was
the
nice!
split section every time NJD makes a good slide on
That was
Luke.
a... Dude, me and NJD are having the best battle right
Luke
now.
seems to have clipped, or what am I saying?
Oh, I'm gonna go for it again. I'm gonna go for it again.
Landing of that jump. And
Yup.
Papa, he wrecks Luke.
This is so
Jump
good,
on the
dude.
rollover doesn't work that time. But Papa flipped back there. He
I'm
still got
just
third,
enjoying it
and
at this point.
Trust me, he'll gain. He is fast. He will gain.
Oh.
Luke's gonna try to make a move to the inside of JD. Doesn't work here. They both come in.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, the
on
double
same
inside.
side on the split section this time. It looked like JD was
I'm
gonna
on his
take the other
ass.
side, but then he thought, nope, I'm just gonna take Luke with me on the side that he's been taking. JD decides
Oh,
to
the
run
battle.
The banking for a little bit of extra momentum. It works for him. He takes the lead.
Oh, the
Luke is
momentum around the
right
outside.
there with some momentum from
Oh
that
my
burn.
god. Sorry, this
Holy
race is getting great.
crap, I have to do too much announcing. Oh
No!
JD
He went no, I went no.
JD almost cases it. Luke does, and after wrecking, so he's gonna let JD have.
Not sure why the video cut out there.
He let JD have the lead.
It looks
back
like I
since Luke
cheesed,
cut
but
the
I
lead
actually think something went wrong with the editing there. I think
from his
on the whole shot there, I let NJD have a bigger gap because like the way I crashed, it was just kind of shitty how I had to rejoin. But then I like let off and then we resumed the race.
And meanwhile, Papa is gaining. Look where Papa is. He is gaining during all of this. And so is detailed JD.
Oh my god.
JD goes a little slow. Luke gets bunched behind him. JD's a little slow.
So this race is getting great, but another quick little interjection here because gotta fill the Halo history episodes with shit like this. Halo 5 has in-air physics for Supercross races, so like when you get in the air, you can kind of influence your goose a little bit. This game did not. So you're gonna see like a difference there if you watch the Halo 5 races, Supercross versus this. You're gonna see a definite difference in how it races. Because like if you get a really shitty jump in Halo 5, you can kind of correct it. Like if you get a sky wheelie, you can correct it. This game, you get a sky wheelie, you're fucked. Like that's pretty much what it comes down to. All right, the race. There's 8 minutes left. It gets really hot. It's already hot.
Keep it clean. Put on a
Keep
good
it
show
going.
for the fans. Oh, JD tumbles over. Here
It's
comes
just we're
Luke.
basically just choking back and forth. Like we keep wrecking, and it's
Can't gain as much
insane.
as he wanted to, and you know what all that's gonna do is let Papa gain some
the
more
inside
ground.
of the lips.
There goes Luke on the rollover. He takes the lead from NJD.
That line was so cheese.
Here they come to the hump.
I don't know why NJD wasn't running it.
Both make it over. JD looks like he's gonna case it. Oh, they both cased it. Looks like Luke was undecided till the last second on which side of the split section to take. Kind of like what JD did earlier.
Aw.
JD cases the last jump. Papa's gonna go around.
Wow. Now Slaunch and
Papa's getting
Detail
involved in
are
this
getting into
battle.
the
Luke's
race.
got a little bit of a gap now, and JD and Papa are battling, which is also helping him. Luke's gonna need to case a couple times for them to catch up, which from what we've been watching of this race, I'm sure he will.
If you don't know
The way
who
the race
actually
has been
wins this
going,
race, take
all
your
of
bets
this,
right now
not
because this
only
race
Papa
gets
catch
insane.
caught up,
It could
Detail
be
is
any of
also
these
caught
four.
up.
I'll hint
So
that.
Detail is going to get involved in this battle really soon as well. Although
It may
Luke's
look
got that
very
huge
separate
lead,
right
I
now, but
guarantee
it doesn't stay
something
that
will
way.
happen to him. And the rest of this pack will get caught up. Gonna watch Detail here. All three drivers take that jump perfectly, do not case it, and they all take this section clean as well. Looks like something happened to Luke. He definitely lost a little bit of ground there. Probably cased the jump. That's what happens to a lot of people on this track.
Well, no shit. And here the pack's coming, and
Oh, Luke randomly flips similar to the way NJD flipped
now we're
earlier.
back.
And there's only, holy crap, and there's only about 2 or 3 laps to go.
So the race is almost over here, boys. And there's gonna be a lot of replays at the end.
Luke's diving that rollover like he always does. He's going to try to get back caught up to Papa. He wants to get some positions. JD randomly flips Papa.
Oh, it's all going to shit!
There goes Detail into Luke and
Here comes
JD.
Detail. I'm still
Detail is
getting, dude. This
spicing
race is so
battle
good.
up.
I haven't watched this in a while. It's so good.
Papa Papa's got a good lead now, but you never know. Could case it. You know what happens. I think.
Oh
this is the
my
last lap.
God.
I don't want to say anything. 3 wide. Great battle here. Luke goes around the outside. Detail comes out as well.
Holy shit.
Papa seems to give
Oh!
a little bit. Detail slams into
Oh my
JD.
God,
Luke
man.
also takes advantage of this. While they are all trying to catch up to Papa at the
Look
same
at this
time.
fucking battle.
again. JD decides to back out, get the speed.
This is
They both
insane.
want to beat Detail. Let's watch JD. And again, like I said, I'm not sure if this is the last lap. It's either the last lap or 2 to go.
I think it's 2 to
Oh,
go.
Luke cases. Here comes JD.
Oh.
They force Detail left or right. The
No,
right side is
Detail
worse.
might be out of it now.
Last
White
lap.
flag. White flag.
I'm pretty sure this is the last lap, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is the white flag. If it isn't, like I said, pay attention to whatever the text says in the video. If there's no text, that means I got it right. Anyways, Papa's got the lead, but JD's obviously going to try to catch up.
It's anybody's game
while
still.
Luke and
On this
Detail,
last lap, anyone's
are
game.
also trying to catch up. Luke is...
Any of these four.
He's going for the
Maybe not
points
Detail
championship.
anymore.
He really wants to get the points championship, so obviously... if
He was
can
in it
just
to the
beat
end,
JD,
though.
That will also help him in the
Valiant
point
effort.
Situation. JD
And JD
right
in
on
slaunch.
top bumper. Oh, Papa
Oh my
came over,
God.
bunched JD a little bit.
Wait, this is not the
Here
last
comes
lap.
Luke around the outside of JD.
Oh, that was the
They
last
slam
lap.
into each other. Photo finish.
Oh my god.
On the last lap. Wow.
And that's how it ended up
Let's
finishing.
watch a replay of that because that was close. So this is what happened. JD gains a lot on this.
Crazy
section. Papa
ass
was a little
race.
slow.
The crazy ass finish.
Right there. Papa cases it a little bit. JD gains a lot. Pushes Papa wide, so Papa decides to take the slow side, then turns back left to block JD.
Sorry.
Now that basically lost JD the race. I'm 100% sure JD would have won if Papa didn't block him. So because of that
That was a
block,
smart
that
move.
slows JD the heck down. And here comes Luke around the outside. JD goes for a block, realizes it's not what he should do, makes a turn right, boosh. Barely beats out Luke, unless the landing of the jump is the finish line, but I'm pretty sure on this track it's the entry. You never know with Gator, but that's how close the finish was right now, right there. However, if it was the landing, then Luke clearly got it, but I don't think it was. But anyways, your finishing order, let's watch the rest of it. So it was Papa, NJD, Luke, Detail. And we gotta wait for the rest of these drivers. I don't think we even paid attention to them during all this. Here comes Gator, along in 5th.
Look at these
We
results
have
and
some
then
more drivers
little final
coming along.
comments.
It might take a while for them. They've been stuck behind while all this battling was going on. There's our CR. Comes along in 6th. And then 7th is Dom. And I believe
Aw, rip
that
Sector.
is it. Yep.
Wait, Sector
So
was
that
in this?
your
What the
finish.
hell? He was in the
Dang
lobby.
it. Why did I have to... There we go.
Alright, so GG's. So there's the race. You know, a lot of little backstory and stuff like that in the beginning, and then towards the end there, towards the second half, I mean, you just kind of had to watch the race. Like, that not the white flag, but the 2 laps to go, when we just had that insane second place battle for the entire lap. Even the last lap was crazy. But yeah, that was just... I wanted to include that because that race was freaking sick, and that race needed to be in an HRL history episode, and also got to do some interesting stuff and like comparing it to the track in Halo 5 and comparing it to the real life track, stuff like that. So and obviously CRL is probably a thing that a lot of people have forgotten about, and some different names in this. Seeing NJD racing here is pretty cool. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode because there's a lot of cool little things like that on top of the fact that this race was just dope. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Also going to end the stream on that note. See you guys later.